It's so much to talk about.
It is.
So much
a lot
controversy.
going on.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start it off by talking about the baby.
Okay.
So the baby has been making headlines in the media,
For
all the wrong reasons. As usual, this is nothing new for the baby, but and I say duh, not the, right?
Yeah.
But this time he made quote unquote, and I'm gonna explain a little later, but quote unquote homophobic comments,
Okay.
as well as HIV/AIDS comments,
right,
at his Rolling Loud
performance. Yeah.
So at the Rolling Loud performance, he did all that, and people deemed what he said as homophobic. Now,
right.
What I'm gonna do is just play the audio. Hopefully, I mean, it should be able to pick up on the mic, right?
Right.
So let's hear exactly what he said.
You didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2-3 weeks. Put a cell phone light in the air. Lady, if your pussy smell like water, put a cell phone light in the air.
Please put your cell phone light.
Lights up. Fellas, if you ain't sucking nigga dick in the parking lot, put your cell phone lights in the air.
Let's be real about this shit.
Yeah, keep it fucking real.
Some of y'all niggas suspect as a motherfucker. Let's be real.
Let me hear his DJ.
Yeah, his DJ. So the first part, you know, he was saying, you know, if you ain't got HIV or STDs or one of them diseases that kill you in a week or a couple of days, you know, that was something. But then I think that the most alarming one was, of course, when he says, fellas, if you're not sucking dick in the parking lot, make some noise. And then the DJ proceeded to say, some of y'all niggas suspect, whatever.
Right.
So I just want to break down to see, I see the HIV point, right?
Right, definitely.
Because, okay, we're from the South.
Right.
And we went to a HBCU.
Did.
And we're both DJs.
Are.
So, we are used to, before you were even a DJ, when we went to parties, aren't we used to, and this is not defending it, but we're used to hearing, what?
So, I mean, that's like an old call and response. I'm actually more insulted by the fact that he's still trying to use that when we was using that in like '08 versus using it now.
Exactly.
Like that whole, if you ain't got HIV or AIDS, make some noise. Like
ladies, if your pussy clean, make some noise.
Like we was saying that in like 2007, 2008.
Like over 10 years ago.
Yeah, so I'm more insulted by that than anything. Nah, but I mean, I think for one, as far as the HIV and AIDS statement, like that's just inaccurate. Like people are living like 20, 30, 40 years with HIV and AIDS. So I think if he would have just left it at, if you don't have HIV or AIDS, make some noise.
Boom.
I think he would have been straight.
Exactly. And I want to go off the gay. Okay, so let's go to the gay part, right?
Yeah, all right.
So, with him saying what he said, right? Now, he said, fellas, if you're not sucking dick in the parking lot. Right?
That's not necessarily gay shaming, though.
Okay, that's what I want to break down. Hold on. So let's talk about this, PM. Let's talk about this. They say it's homophobic, right? And homophobia.
That right there, it isn't really homophobic, though, because...
Yeah, let me read what homophobic is, right? Having or showing a dislike or prejudice against homosexual people.
Right.
Homophobic remarks.
Right.
If he's saying, fellas, if you ain't sucking dick in the parking lot...
Right.
I'm just breaking... Is that homophobic?
I mean, not really, because that's like a very specific act.
Yeah.
Like sucking dick in the parking lot.
Right.
Now, if he just said, fellas, if you ain't sucking no dick, then it would be homophobic.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Because it's just a general statement about a man and another man's genitalia.
Right.
But the fact that he specified it to in the parking lot. Maybe he was trying, and this is what he said, which his makeup was terrible. His
response.
Yeah, his response to it was terrible. Yeah. But what he said was he got high quality gay fans who, you know what I'm saying? You got to get them a hotel room for they
got 5-star hotels. He said, my niggas ain't nasty. My gay folks don't have diseases.
Right, but I don't, see, he shouldn't have said that. See, he just kept digging the whole deep.
So let's stay on the homophobic. So it's not homophobic.
To me, it's not, but I'm not gay, so.
But technically, according to that, like, I didn't hear homophobic.
Right.
Even when the DJ said, some of y'all niggas suspect.
Now, that's a little... That's a little teeter-totter in that line.
Okay, so yeah, it is. Yeah. It is, because it was negative. Right?
That's more negative.
It is negative.
Right.
But if we're going by technicality, him saying that some of y'all suspect, meaning some of y'all are gay, right?
Well, now, you know suspect mean like you not gay. You might not be out in the open gay.
But you hiding
right,
stuff
which
like
is,
that.
Right, which is negative. Like, you can't say that.
Right, you can't. But from what the baby said, saying not sucking dick in the parking lot or whatever like that, now people can flip it. Like you said, we're not gay, so they can flip and be, okay, he was being negative saying that. But I just want to break down that wasn't homophobic. Right. Homophobia means, hey, man, these gay people trying to get us. You know, I don't want to walk near a gay person. They might try.
They might try to rape me.
So that is homophobia, because phobia means what?
Fear.
Fear. So I get tired of people, and see what they did was and it's his fault, but they put HIV and AIDS next to the homophobic.
Yeah, to try to lump it
all together. And then his response, because the baby did respond, and then
he shouldn't have.
He shouldn't. He just should have kept it going.
Just let it go.
And just
because when you mess up like this, like there's nothing you can say or do to fix it except for, hey, my bad. Yeah. Donate some money to HIV AIDS awareness and move on.
Right. So he did apologize to the HIV community, or people who have HIV, STDs, whatever. Right. Somebody brought up an interesting point. If he said, if you ain't got cancer, make some noise, or Right. But HIV, I think the fact that he proceeded to bring up gay or alluded to gay after that they jumped it together. But what he did, he apologized about the HIV remark. Right. But he said, as far as the LGBTQ, like, y'all on your own, live your life. And it was just like, damn. But I mean, and people are coming to his defense.
Right. They are.
T.I., Boosie, of course, which some of y'all
Boosie came to his defense?
Yeah, but I just saw it.
I gotta hear that.
You know Boosie going
to you know Boosie my dog. I watch all Boosie interviews, bro.
Boosie, so he responded. So this is my thing. Now Elton John spoke out against the baby. Different media outlets. Like, once you say something about the LGBT community and you're famous, anything derogatory towards it or negative, they're gonna come out in wolves to get you.
Hell, you ain't even gotta be famous. If you say something and then get famous 10 years later, they're gonna bring it up.
Good point. So, but this is my thing. I want to have this open discussion, right?
Okay.
So, the baby, somebody brought up an interesting point. I'm gonna read you this because he actually man. So that's the name of
Boohoo. Yeah.
So Boohoo said that they're going to drop the baby from the clothing line deal that they have with him, right? So somebody responded and said this, but they were cool with him disrespecting black women and killing black men in every song he has.
Pause before you finish that. Okay. You remember I said, it was a while ago, but the baby might be the most disrespectful rapper when it comes to black women, because he say bitch 32 times in every verse. Remember I said that?
You did. Yep.
He says that. He says bitch so much, bro.
He does.
And he be referring to women. It ain't like that bitch ass nigga I'm beefing with. He called women bitches repeatedly.
All the time.
Yeah, but go ahead.
So, and then they said, no, you good. He said, so yeah, they sure took a stand. It's all about who accept what with their dollars. Yeah. I hope black folks celebrating these comments are paying attention. Right. So he said nothing but facts. You mean to tell me that y'all give the baby a deal based off of his persona, his rap career, which he does talk about killing niggas.
He actually talks about specifically the person he killed.
Exactly.
Yeah. And he got a whole song about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So my thing is, if you're going to say that he's homophobic or whatever, don't be one-sided. Right. How come I can talk about killing niggas,
black genocide,
right? And I can talk about exploiting black women, right? Calling them sluts, hoes, bitches all fucking day.
Telling them I don't want their pussy, I just want my dick sucked.
Right. Yep. You doing all of that. You know what I'm saying?
He got the deal.
And he got the deal. He's getting pushed and got a clothing line. Yep. But when he says something, he didn't even use a derogatory term towards gay people, right? And he don't even rap about gay people in his songs. Nope. But he said something that they didn't like, and now, I can't support that.
Why do you think that is? I'm just curious.
I mean, obviously, you know who has power or who runs things, right? But I do think that the thing about the LGBTQ community is they're a gang. They could really... I'm serious. Like, they could gang up on you, and I think it puts a lot of public pressure on you because they come together.
They put pressure on companies,
exactly,
to respond.
You know what I'm saying? And they'll go to these companies and say, "Hey, we don't like that. We're not going to do this." So they have power.
So they put their power and their economics together, which is a problem that black people we don't do.
Well, we don't do.
Yeah,
if something happens to us,
baby, if we took a stance on rap music and said, hey man, the baby raps about killing people too much or raps about women being bitches too much, we're not going to support it anymore. Boohoo wouldn't sign him.
Yeah, exactly. Point blank.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I respect about the LGBT community.
They come together. I respect that about most communities. The black community is the only community that doesn't do that, in my opinion.
Exactly.
We got the kind of community where when a police officer kills a black man, we say stupid stuff like, well, we need to figure out black on black crime first before
that's the most.
like,
I can't stand that. Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? It's hard to bring us together. It's hard to unify us. That's why we can't change anything.
Exactly.
That's why Asian people, and I'm not to diminish what happened to Asian people, but that's the reason why Asian people violence was in the media for 2 weeks. And mind you, I say in the media, not that it was happening, but it was in the media for 2 weeks, and they got laws. But we've been being abused, and you know what I'm saying,
for centuries,
and
nothing happened. We still don't got nothing.
Not in the fashion that they got theirs that fast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was just 2 weeks, and that was that. But that's another story. That's push something. But so I want to open the question up. It's that. Why is everything one-sided?
Okay.
We have rappers out there, men and women, who talk about all this other stuff when it comes to black people.
Right.
Killing black people, exploiting black women, being disrespectful.
Exploiting black men too now.
Exploiting black men. That's why I said male and female.
Yeah, exploiting black men
Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B.
They rap about get that bread, get that head, and leave.
Come on, bruh.
Yeah.
They be talking about that. Now, this is not in any shape, form, or fashion trying to shun them for what they rap about.
I listen to it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, we love playing it.
Play it.
Right. I love reactions.
I'm just saying it just can't be one-sided.
It can't be one-sided.
Yeah.
If you're going to say we're dropping him because of that, have it be full circle then. Like, and black women specifically. Y'all need to look at this type of stuff and don't fall into it, because sometimes I see black women co-sign a lot of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I would get into something else, but I don't even want to get into it.
Let's not do that. I know where you're going, but let's not go there.
I'm not going to do that. But no, this is no shame, and then the thing is, T.I. came out and said, if Lil Nas X can, feel free to sexually liberate himself, because that's what he calls what he's doing with these videos of boys dancing on boys or men dancing on men and all this other stuff, then how come the baby can't have a freedom of speech?
I disagree with T.I. though. And a lot of times I agree with T.I., but the difference with this is, and I mean, I've only seen like a clip of the Lil Nas X video because I don't need that in my spirit. But
why don't you?
I just don't like. I mean, I'm not gonna say anything is wrong with it or not wrong with it. Like that's what, in the words of Jermaine Cole, who you fuck don't make me come. But for me, I just don't want to see it personally. But what I will say is the difference is Lil Nas X is on stage doing what's natural to him. The baby is on stage saying something derogatory.
That's true.
And that's the